the men, journey women. This is a hero's journey with Dr. D here to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, helping you get beyond your first move. And if you find any value in this content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And how about you help me help you so we can help others? What I mean is that why don't you, by clicking subscribe and clicking the bell for updated events and current and videos, what you do is you join and you climb with me so we can try to make a better tomorrow today. All right. Now, for those who are on for the first time on the replay, hi, this is Hero's Journey, and I'm Dr. D. And what I do tonight on the Wednesday or Thursday night, I do a recap. I do a recap, an update, and a Q&A session. So the recap is, if you may ask, the recap is pertaining to the last video that I previously did, and that video was called Hail Mary, life lessons of Hail Mary. In regard to the Super Bowl just passed, I decided to do one pertaining to football because it's still a lesson. It's a lesson in everything that we do. And football is encumbered with tremendous lessons. And one lesson that I put in the video is a lesson of the Hail Mary. And for those who do not understand, and these are some of the things that I left out on the cutting floor of the video, was that if you do not know the understanding of Hail Mary, Hail Mary is it's a Catholic term for prayer. Generally, they say, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women," and that's a Catholic prayer. However, but that can cross so many different barriers. For it really was the prayer. It was a prayer that was actually instituted in the time of professional ball play. Roger Staubach who happened to be Catholic at that time, and he still is Catholic, but had to be Catholic. It was the last play. It's a couple seconds on the NFC Championship game in 1975, and he didn't know what to do. Well, he had the strength, he had the ability, he had the agility to do the things that needed to be done. He just didn't have a game, but he had a gut instinct to do something, and he said, "Well, he had a gut instinct and a prayer." And what he did, he clenched his eyes, and ran back and just threw it. And thus, the Hail Mary is born. He threw it, and it was caught, and they won the game. That started the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary as we know it for football purposes. And I went as far as in detail, it's been many more in championship games, many more Hail Marys that have been thrown after Roger Staubach. But I did a parallel with the initiator of the Hail Mary play or pass, which is Roger Staubach. I did a parallel to Doug Flutie. Now in my video, I say he's about 5'7", but he wasn't 5'7". He wasn't 5'7". He's about 5'11". He's 5'11", but he was short when you consider the height of most quarterbacks in the NFL. He wasn't the tallest man on the camp. That's why he did a lot of rolling out, and he did like a slingshot. He's a baseball player as well. He like a lot of slinging passes and very accurate, very strong arm. But what Doug Flutie did, the difference between Doug Flutie and Roger Staubach, that I explained in the video, is that Roger Staubach was the originator. He's the one who has to actually pin the term Hail Mary play or pass. He pinned that term. But Doug Flutie, within practice, he perfected, hear what I'm saying, he perfected it in practice, because at the end of the game, when he did the Hail Mary pass and the person caught the Hail Mary pass, if he was interviewed, well, what surprised when the ball came in? Was it a shock? Was it exhilarating excitement? Did you always fumble? He said, "Hey," he said, "we do this every day in practice." So he practiced the alternative plan for the situation. See, Roger Staubach didn't have a chance to practice the alternative plan because there was no cause for it. It wasn't in the game plan. And while Doug Flutie, it wasn't in the game plan for him, he had an alternative plan because it just may be that chance that you have to throw a Hail Mary. And I parallel with that. I parallel that with life. Are you ready for that Hail Mary? Everybody has situations which are in need of a Hail Mary. But would you be prepared and would you be skilled enough or practiced enough to have the confidence and the competence for the Hail Mary to connect? While Roger Staubach didn't practice the Hail Mary, didn't know what the Hail Mary was, he knew he had a strong arm. He knew he had the competence to make the ball connect. Yeah. If it's in Doug Flutie, he knew the individuals that he was going to throw it to. How he still didn't see because he wasn't the tallest man on the field. But he practiced for that moment. And the video as well. Perfect example is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan played harder in practice than he played in the game because he prepared himself for any situation that had a possibility, was plausible to happen in the game. So therefore, when it came to the last point that needed to be shot, he already practiced it. When it came to him actually having to make the right moves amongst the defender, he already practiced it. When it came to this remarkable move that you always see at the game, he did that and more in practice. So if you don't work on having perfect practice, you never have a perfect game. So the parallel is that, are you prepared for that Hail Mary situation in order to throw the Hail Mary pass? Nobody should ever live a life where every second, every hour, every minute is a Hail Mary situation, or mean that it's an urgent emergency. You should never have a situation like Roger Staubach where it's a first time and your first time became a second, third, fourth time, and you responding the same way you did the first time. What happens is that people do not respond. They don't, after they experience a situation that they don't already experience. Wisdom should say, I need to make a plan for this to happen again. So what Roger Staubach, he initiated something, but people saw what he did and they made alternative plans, even if it was not in the game plan. It's possible to have. It's possible to happen. So we should never live life every second as urgency. That's anxiety. Are you getting freaked out? You need Xanax. If every second is accident, every second is something is always urgent. So if you practice for urgent, it won't be urgent. It'll be automatic. Can you walk in the automatic? Can you practice for the urgency? Many students out here, they practice for urgencies within combat. However, but is there for urgency in the household? Sometimes you have to adjust your battlefield to meet the recipient. You have to adjust where you are to meet the people. Everybody's not a soldier. And while you're still a soldier on the battlefield, you can't treat everybody like a combatant. So you have to change your mindset. And that's why I say, helping you can be on your first move.
Yes, keep talking.
Okay, I know I'm good now.
All right, let's get this going. Okay, you can introduce me as what? Okay, ready.
Oh, you on now? Hey, hey, gentlemen, this is a Phil. Phil has a couple questions that he's going to ask me. This is the Q&A section, and this is something new I'm doing. I'm bringing people as asking me questions, and you see on living color, or in the future as an avatar, as an avatar, just with their voice showing
and not look. Okay, you had yes, you mentioned Michael Jordan as an example of how he used to practice with the Hail Mary.
That's exactly what it was. Your speaker's up too loud. Go ahead.
You mentioned Michael Jordan and some other professors. I'm sort of confused by that.
Okay.
Because to me, when you say Hail Mary, I'm doing something different outside of what I would normally do.
Is it crooked or straight?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Now, what you it doesn't, like what I was saying. Well, nobody can really hear us. But it doesn't matter in what area. Whether you're at work, you're at home, you're at play, you're playing with your kids, you're playing with your nephews, you're playing with it doesn't matter what it is. It's just that if you encounter something that is not favorable, or you encounter something that puts you in a crisis mode at that specific time, the wisdom in the situation is to learn from it. You never lose if you learn. You only lose when you repetitively do it again and again, because you're not learning from the past situation. And how you lose is that you create a chemical imbalance within your system that's constantly causing an anxiety, an influx of chemical hormones that's messing up your system, that's putting you in a PTSD state. So the wisdom in the situation is that learn from the previous situation, construct a plan to deal with it if it happens again. Now, it may never happen again, but you're always ready. Yeah, you're always ready. So you're always on alert, and you're not even if you plan for it to. It's the same example for fire. Remember in school, and you had the fire alarm, the fire everybody they had the fire drill.
Yeah.
The reason to do the fire drill is so it won't be any question. Fire drill, bam, automatic. Okay. Your body knows exactly what to do. You know the system. You know exactly what to do. Or if you get a fire, everybody knows this. You drop and roll, right? Smoke in the air. What you do? You crawl, stay close to the ground. But these are things that you teach yourself. You teach yourself in a repetition, and what you do, you're really teaching your body. You teach your body in a repetition so you don't have to think about it when it comes. See, the automatic or the flow comes when you're willing, and when you're willing to deal with the learning curve, which is the thing that causes synapses to connect. But you have to put time in so your brain will then connect and to be embedded in your cerebellum. And what it does, it causes an automatic motion. Remember we used to have telephones, and you what you used to do, if somebody asks you telephone number, you say, I don't know the number, let me see my phone. This is what I used to do. I said, I don't know the number, but my fingers do. Have you ever did that before? Yeah. Because your body is the bed of your unconscious. Yeah.
I sometimes cheat by asking the person that I'll say, give me your number, and I'll call you, and you'll see my number.
But that's cheating. But if you had a person, man, I don't know the number, and you know the number, but you don't know it. But if you had the phone and you did the motion, the muscle memory, the body memorizes the actions. And when it memorizes the actions,
There's a feeling with the action, whether it's made with mundane feeling, a frustrated feeling, a happy feeling, a gleeful feeling. It's a feeling with the memory of an action. We just don't observe the feelings as they come, because the feelings that are connected within our emotions, which are connected with our past feelings, with our memories. So, all that being said, you learn from the past. You don't mope in it. You learn from it. Say, I don't want that to happen again. So how do I deal with it? I don't want to have that feeling again. I never want to be put in that situation again. So you never want to be put in that situation. What do you do to prevent yourself from going there? Miles Monroe said this. His father died was like 98. And what he did, he prepared for his father's death. His father wasn't sick. But what he did, he envisioned, he rehearsed, what would, if my father died today, what will I do? So he put himself into that mood, so he can be prepared. So if he got the phone call, what will he do? If you prepare for the future, then it won't be that much of a surprise for your body, because your body will be going through the motion. Just same reason. Have you seen what martial art they do in the katas? They doing all the movements. Your body doesn't know the difference. It's going through the motions, and it's going to remember the motions when it's time to go through cognitively. And your emotions will be stable because your body will be stable because it memorizes the actions before it happens. If the body doesn't know the future for the past. So if you always think about the past, your body's there. Your body's in the past, in your present. You're there. That's your virtual reality, is in your past, in your present, and you're constantly in your past. And you're making your past. You're walking to your past. So you're in your present right now. You're living in the memory of your past. You're creating a new memory from your past memory. So you're still walking in your past, never getting to your future. That make sense?
So are you saying to rewrite history?
Create your history. You can't rewrite what's already went, but you can create what ain't never made it. You can make your destiny, or somebody to make it for you. I need this plan by 9:15. I need this plan by 10 o'clock on Tuesday. I need this plan such and such, and I give you a check. Or if you don't do it, I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna leave you. And so if you're always on response based on what a person's gonna do for you, what are you doing for yourself?
Repeat that.
If you're always living life in response from what people do to you or for you, then do you ever sit back and say, what am I doing for myself?
Right.
You're reactive, you're not proactive. So the react is that I'm reacting based on, I don't want to be homeless. I want to cook another steak. I don't want to beg for steak. I want to go on a trip. And I don't want to go to Evanston because I can't get out the city. Well, that's out the city, but it's not far. I mean, my point is what are you planning for? Plan for the things that are unattainable, and you'd be amazed how you attain it. You plan for the things that cannot be seen. And the way to get to that will come into your force, will come right in your vision. I remember a situation where my first convention, when I sold t-shirts, my first convention was I went to San Diego, California. Now, have I ever been to San Diego, California? Nope, not a day in my life. Not a day in my life. But I was gonna do this convention because it's a National Baptist convention, and you could pick your booth, and it was not it's big, over 500 vendors, and I was excited. I had no money, but I was excited. And so I had little jobs, so I'm working out. So I ordered I was gonna order my t-shirts, and I had some artwork. I got the artwork from Chicago. I had somebody ship it to me. Had my brother, they shipped it to me. Uh oh, and Paula, let me see. Let me see. You can get on there. Uh um, I'm on the phone. So I had them ship me my information, and when they shipped me the artwork. Artwork came on the train, picked it up, uh, and so I had my artwork. And I was made good profit margin on artwork, but I was going to order some T-shirts as well. So get it shipped right to the convention center. So I had all my product because that's big. That all product I knew how I was going to get it and everything. And I had one thing that I didn't have. Oh, then I had a friend in the church that was an airline stewardess. So I got me a buddy pass, round trip ticket, like $100 something. So I got buddy. So I was good, right? Had the buddy pass. I knew I'd get my material. I was like a month, 2 months ahead of time, get my stuff ordered, have my mother pick out the artwork, and and that's how I order my t-shirt stuff when I get there. You know, you pay for when you get them. That's how I did it while I was at home. So what happened? Uh, One thing I was missing, I didn't have a place to stay. Now, I was supposed to leave in a week or 2 weeks, but I didn't have a place to stay. And I had.
I want to
And
hear
actually,
this. How did you get out of that?
oh, well, what happened is that even before the place to stay, the booths were like $500, and I had that money. And then, as a brother with my church, and he was going to the same convention, and he's a tailor. And guess who his client was? His number one client was at that time.
You.
No, no, he was a tailor. He was a tailor, a clothes tailor. Guess who his client was at that time?
Who?
Just take a wild guess.
Your mother?
He's a preacher.
Oh, TD Jakes, somebody
Yep.
like that.
Yep, that was him. That was his client. His client was Jakes. But he went there, and he then rented a Mustang, Salt Madonna, all stuff. But we was in California, San Diego. But when he went there, he had a booth. He made like 7,000 2 days he was there. But he went and bought. Listen, man. I'll put your application in. So he gave me the 500. Now didn't know me from Adam, really. I'm a young guy at church. We still in business. We both entrepreneurs, and as soon as I made that money, I went over to his booth and gave his money. So I made my money. That's why I got there. But how did I get there? The thing is, how I got there is that is a friend of mine. I said, man, you know anybody live in San Diego, California? He's military. So he pulled out a book. Yeah, let me call Aunt Jenny. Yeah. He called her up. She said, no problem, baby. She called him up. I talked to her. I had my friend I went to college with. She picked me up from the airport or wherever, train. I forgot where I got there. And then took me to her house. The woman she had a pool in the backyard and a house in like a room with television and telephone back in the back, and gave me keys to the house. Didn't know me from Adam. But everything came to, my point is that I created a future that I'd never seen. So let me see, invite guests. Let me get this, Paula. One second. I created a future I'm on now. I create a future that I never see.
Mhm.
And and then by the creative future, I created expectation. Now, when I created the expectation, it was the excitement in the expectation. I didn't have it. I made it. Everything came in my pathway. Everything came in my path because I didn't just wait for it to happen. I looked for it to happen. Does that make any sense?
You didn't just wait for it.
I looked for it to happen. I look for it. I look for it. I ain't now. Did I know how? No, but I was trying to figure out. I was pulling. I did everything I can do. I asked. Then hey, it's the same it's the same concept as once you buy that brand new car, and you don't know exactly what you kind of know what you want, but you apply all your energies, your focus toward the purchase and the okay, I'll pay this monthly fee and okay, how much money I need for gas? Okay, what kind of color do I want? Do I want my seats to warm up? Do I want a certain type of tires? Yeah, you pull all the stuff down, and then you focus all your energy toward that right type of car. So when you do all the energy, everything's focused there, you will get that car. But after you get the car, you start seeing that car everywhere. Man, man,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know the car is always there, right?
Right.
You just didn't. It was never your focus. When you set your mind to focus on something, then you create your destiny. When you don't focus on something, then you create your destiny too. Your destiny had no focus. That makes sense?
So we have to have focus.
Right. Well, you will have a destiny, it just won't be fine-tuned. And it'll be subject to everybody else's. You'll be a advertiser's dime piece. Yeah, I see him coming. He ain't got no focus. Let me help him out. See this bracelet? Would your girlfriend look good in this bracelet? See these shoes? Oh yeah. See this coat? See this hat? Yeah. You look good in this, but because you don't have any hard line focus, they give you something to focus on. Does that make sense? If you don't have any focus, if I don't have anything that's is in my goal range, then everything looks good. It's because it may be good, but good is the enemy. Remember I said, good is the enemy of better, because good may not be the best for you and what you was designed to do. Then Miles Monroe said it best. He said the two greatest days in your life are the day you was born and the day you find your purpose. Yeah, because when you find your purpose, and no matter how big or small it is, that's why I say in one of my videos said, embrace your passion. Because your purpose is not going to be outside of your passion. Now, everything you're passionate about is not your purpose. You may be passionate about Call of Duty, but that means your purpose. You may be passionate about Gino's Pizza, but that means that's your purpose. But you, but you squeeze whatever you passionate about, you find interest. Then the question said, well, what am I passionate about? What are you interested in? So you find what you're interested in and dig at it. Dig it. Just get to it and pull everything you can pull out of it. And then that's something that you put in your backpack. Now it may be something that becomes your backpack. That may be the thing that comes into a backpack and holds all the other things that you've been building all these years. Yeah, so it may not. So people like, well, it may be something you put in your backpack, or it may be the thing that evolves into your backpack, and realize that everything else was meant to go into that. So it just went a different angle, just different ways. Life's a journey. It's how you live it. You can make it. You can make it an adventure, or you can make it boring, or you can make it terror. Yeah. Yeah. I hope I answered your question. Let me see. I thought Paul was coming on. That answer your question?
Yes.
You're on. Okay, Paul is on. Let me see. She on. Okay. Right. Okay, let me see if Paula asked a question.
Paula's just catching up. Paula's had a rough day.
Paula had a rough day? Hey,
Paula,
this is
getting home from her Jeep still being in the shop.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Paula. Phil's on. You see Phil?
Hey, Phil.
How are you?
Oh, I can't hear you.
You can't hear.
I could. I had to turn YouTube off. I was hearing both at the same time, and it wasn't working well.
Okay.
So we got it now.
Okay. Did you have the last question?
I'm literally like getting home, turning I'm not even caught up yet. So.
Oh.
Go ahead and I'll catch.
Okay, Phil, so what's your question? Okay, that answers your question.
What's the question?
Phil.
I'm still here.
Yeah, what's the question?
I think you answered it already. I was having questions about the Hail Mary and
that's right.
something about a person. The examples you used were of professional people who were practiced, and you just brought it back to yes, you are practiced. You are doing things a little bit different than what you did in the past. And you're creating a better future, if you will.
Right. Okay. Where's it at? Okay.
Am I allowed to smoke on camera?
Well, it's all right. We can't smell the smoke.
Awesome. If I had a stop, I'll be having that.
All right, Phil, you had any more questions?
No, that was it. And it's so funny. I usually have more questions.
Yeah, you usually do. And Paul, I did like three. This is like the third segment.
Okay, I made the first two.
It's all right because what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to see after we get off this live, it's gonna they have the stream, it processes it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna try to put them together, and then I'll put it online tomorrow around the same time. So I edit this with the other two.
Well,
so it'll be one
questions for you next week. How about that?
What's that?
I'll try to have some questions for you next week. Only one day is how much it's going to cost me to get my Jeep back.
Oh, you didn't get told, did you?
Back on me if I didn't make it back home, man.
You didn't get told, did you?
No, I didn't make it to Greenville. I didn't make it to the VA. No, I had to stop in Havelock. My Jeep's in the shop still. I'm home.
Oh no.
So my
Okay.
brain is good. Otherwise, today.
Okay.
I need a Hail Mary. I need a big damn Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary.
I need a
Did you
new
call?
Jeep. I need a
Did you call the
license.
doctor? Did you call and let him know?
I tried. I was on hold for 20 minutes while my battery was. I sent him a damn text message when I got to the mechanic.
Oh, I'm shutting down. Wait.